Hello everyone, it's Professor Sadiq Noor, and today I'm gonna demonstrate to you the MS-DOS command part 3. So we have a couple more commands that I need to demonstrate to you how to use it using the command prompt in your Windows 11. So let's start. So here is my PowerPoint. This is gonna be our DOS command part 3. The command I would demonstrate is delete, erase, RD to remove any directory from your flash drive or from your hard drive. RAN is for renaming your file. Copy to copy the files from one destination to another. Move is to move the original file location to another location. And the attrib command is one of the command where you could hide or you can make your file to be read only, right? So the del and the erase, these are the two commands in DOS that we use to delete files, okay? To delete files. Files means then the set of instruction, right? Now, to remove a folder or a directory, you have RD command. RD stands for remove directory. So is to remove or delete is to remove folder. We don't call it folder, we call it directory, right? So just for your understanding, the yellow folder. Rename is to rename your files. Copy, as I mentioned earlier, is to copy files from one destination to the other. Also, the copy is used to display the content of the file on the screen. Also, you could use the copy command to combine multiple files into one file. The move command does two things here. One is to rename your folder and also to move your files from one location to other. As I mentioned earlier about the attrib command, the attrib command we're gonna be using is to make your file read only and to hide any confidential files, which I'm gonna demonstrate to you. I will show you practically about how these commands work. So the del and the erase, these are the two commands that we use to delete the files, right? Whether the files is in your hard disk or in your flash drive, we we can use either del or erase. In a DOS and Windows command line environment, the del and erase command are used to delete files, right? They are functionally identical, just two names for the same command. So the difference actually is that instead of erase, you have to write the whole word erase. Whereas for delete, you have to just say del, right? So as you see here, we have the syntax. You will use the command first in the command prompt, in the command line, and then you will put any options like any switches, and then the name of the file that you wanna delete, right? You can use wildcard like the star, the asterisk, and the question to delete multiple file at once, right? So let's say if you said I want to delete all the temporary file or the temp file in my computer, you will say del space star dot tmp. That's the temp files extension, right? So it deletes all the temp file in the current directory. Wherever you want to execute the delete from that current directory, everything will be deleted. Now, if you said del space /p is to prompt before deleting each log file. So it's going to ask you, do you want to delete these? Yes or no. It's like asking a permission, right? So it's going to prompt you, do you want these to be deleted? Yes or no. Erase is the same as delete. The only difference that you have to use the whole word, right? So if you said erase /s/q and then the destination is in the C drive and the folder name is test, and within the folder name test there I need to delete all the files and all the type of files inside the test folder. So silently is going to delete all the files in the C and the folder test and its subdirectory, right? Now, one thing you need to remember, no recycle bin. Files deleted with this command are permanently removed. So no recovery unless you use special software. So use with caution, especially when using the wildcard like the star.star, which can wipe out the entire directories, right? So these are some of the switches that you could use with the del and erase. /p is to prompt for confirmation before deleting each file. /f is to force deletion of the read-only file. So if you have a read-only file and still you want to delete them, then you could use the /f with the delete or erase. /s to delete file from all subdirectories. /q is to quiet mode, no confirmation prompts. Automatic is gonna delete everything. /a deletes based on the attribute R for read only, or you wanna delete the AH. If you say AH for hidden files, H for hidden files. The next one we have is rename. Rename or ren command in DOS is used to change the name of a file or directory. It is important but powerful tool for organizing your files from the command line. So the command is ren first. You don't need to write the whole word. Ren, then wherever the destination of the file you want to change. So if you are executing from your flash drive and you want to rename something in the C drive, then you will put C colon and then slash, then you have to put the path, the file name 1 and then file 2. So the file 1 is the current name of your file or the folder, and then file name 2 is the new name you want to assign, right? One thing you need to note is that you cannot use ren to move file between directories or drives, only to rename them. Now, the example here is ren report.txt to summary.txt. So I want to change the report.txt to summary.txt. So that will rename the report to summary in the current directory. So if you say ren start.txt, right, .txt .back, so what's going to happen? All the txt files in your current directory will be changed to BAK. So renames all the text files to BAK files. All right. If you say ren all name.txt with a new name, if the file contain space rabbit, it codes. So if the file name contains spaces, then you need to put it in a double quotations. All right, double quotation as shown here. Copy Copy command in DOS is used to duplicate the file from one location to another. It is one of the most fundamental commands in the DOS toolbox. Copy the source to the destination. So the source means the file you want to copy. Destination means where you want the copy to go. So here we have some examples. So copy file.txt to the D backup folder, and within that folder, I wanna move these files. I wanna copy. So copy the file txt to the folder backup folder. Then also you have copy start.txt. So you wanna copy all the txt files to the C and a folder named text files. It's gonna copy all the txt file from the current directory to the C, and the folder name is text files, right? You can also combine two files, so you have to add the file name with the extension, and then you have to give the plus sign, right? Very important. So when you want to combine multiple files, you have to put it straight like this without any space. The file name with the extension, the type plus the second file. So it's going to combine the txt file 1 and 2 into a new file, and you can call it combined txt. Any name you can give it to the file that you want to combine, file 1 and file 2, which I'm going to demonstrate to you. Move. The move command in DOS is used to transfer the files or directory from one location to another. It can also rename the directories, making it a versatile tool for file management, the move command. So I have the syntax in the top. It says move. You can use any switches, the source to the destination. So the source is the path to the file or the folder you want to move. Destination is the target location of the new name. So the example here, I have a couple of examples. So move the report txt into a folder in my D drive and move this to this destination. So it's gonna move the report txt to the D. The D is the drive, the current drive. So I want to move to my destination. The destination is the D and DOC folder. So the doc, under the doc, I want to move the report txt. What if you want to move all the list of file that's the extension or the tab is logged to where? To the C and the logs. So all this file will be moved from your flash to the C drive and under a folder name logs. Right? You can also rename your folder. Like let's say I wanna rename Sadiq to Nur. So I will say move Sadiq to Nur. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna rename the folder Sadiq folder to Nur, right? So these are the commands, and then the last command is the trip. The trip command in DOS is used in DOS to view or modify the file and directory files and directory attributes. Giving attributes, giving you the control over you control over how the file behaves and how the file will work in here. Whether you want to hide or you want to make the file read only, right? Or you want to protect the system, right? So we're gonna work on this now. I will show you how to do that. So the example here is that if you want to make a file to be read only and you want to hide it, plus R and plus H. So what's gonna happen is that it's gonna hide secret and file and also it's gonna make it read only at the same time. So you kind of mix the positive R and the positive H. So if you want to remove the hidden, you want to make it visible again, you have to use a trip negative H. Or if you want to make your file to be, you want to remove the read only, then you have to say a trip negative R, right? So here in the last option, the last example, it says a trip negative R negative H. That means I want to remove the read only, and also I want to make the secret file to be visible. I want to remove the hidden. I want to make it visible, right? So let's do practically now. So DOS is on my command line is in my taskbar. I will try to zoom it so you kind of see it. There you go. So the first thing is when you open your command prompt in Windows 11, obviously you are in your user and then the user profile. In my case, user profess. So I need to close these directories to get back to the root. So to do that, cd backslash. That means I want to close all the folder that I'm in. So I'm in the root. Now I want to pull up my flash drives. So let's go to my flash. That's my flash as you see the D. And then I will also give you the space that you're gonna see whatever I will do is gonna display in your flash, right? So to switch to the D, you will have to put the letter, whatever your drive letter is, and then colon, two dots. So now I'm no more in my hard drive, I'm in my flash drive now. So to practice the commands in part 3, obviously we need to have a couple of files, right? So I will clean the screen, CLS. Now to create the text files in your DOS using the command prompt, I will use copy space con space file1 dot txt, right? I will press the enter key. Your cursor move underneath your drive. Now here I will type, this is my first file created using copycon. Copycon means console. Using copycon command. So the moment I will press the enter key, you will notice in my flash the file is being created. Right? Now how can I get out of it? I wanna just I wanna finish up. I wanna close the copycon. So control and Z. Control and Z. You will see a Z with a cap and then press the enter key. One file is copied. As you notice here in my flash, the white area is my flash drive. So one file is created. Now I'm gonna create the second file. Copy con file2.txt text file. This is my second file created in in DOS, and and you need to practice all the commands. Now I want to save what I typed. Control and Z. Control, you have to press the control key and then Z. And then when you see a Z with a cap, then press the enter key. So the second file is being created, as you see here. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna create a folder, the yellow folder, okay, directory we call it. So to do that, I will use the command md make directory, and then I will call it Sadiq. And if you want to create another one, space Nur. So simultaneously, I created two folders, Sadiq and Nur, right? Now we want to rename file 1 to file 3. So let's clean the screen, CLS. So ran, you don't need to write the whole word rename. In Windows, you will do right click, and then rename. That's so simple in Windows. In DOS, ran space, you need to put the name of the file you want to change the name. So file1.txt space to, let's say, I will say destination.txt. So what I'm doing here is that I want to change the file1.txt to the destination. So that's the source, that's the destination. So destination.txt. Now I will press the enter key. As you see here, I changed the name from file1 to destination, as you see here, right? So let's practice again. Ran file2.txt to source.txt, for example. Now pay attention to in my flash in the backend, file2. So first you have to put the name, the old file name, and then the new name. It changed to source. All right. So let's see if we're gonna change the folder. Ran Sadiq to BCA 104. It changed the folder also. So the rename is not just to rename your file, it's gonna also rename your folder. So I said ran the folder name Sadiq to BCA 104. As you see that it changed to BCA 104. So what if you want to change it back to Sadiq? Ran space BCA 104 Sadiq. So check in the back end BCA 104. I said ran the folder BCA 104 to Sadiq. It changed it, right? So the rename command is the command that we use to rename the files and folder in the current directory or in the current drive, right? So this is how the rename command works, all right? So in the top here, these two commands I used to change the file, the old file name with a new name, the old file name with a new name. And as you see here, both the file name is changed, right? And then the next one here, I use the ren to change, to rename the folder, to rename directory or folder. Okay. So you have to put the old folder name, old folder name, and then the new folder or directory name. Okay. So in short, the rename command renames the files and the folder. It's like the same way you do it in your Windows. Do right click and then you can rename your file, you can rename your folder. Now the next command is the delete, right? So let's first take care of the move, right? The move does two things. The move does two things, is to move the files from one destination to the other and also to rename your folder, right? So we wanna move these two files to Sadiq folder, right? I wanna move this file from the destination. My root is the D, from the D to the folder Sadiq, right? From the folder Sadiq. So to do that, I will say move space. So both these files are text file, right? So I will use the wildcard. So star. You can use one file at a time to move, but in this case, I will use the star because these two files are text files. So star dot txt to where? What's the destination? This is the folder name Sadiq. Now press the enter key. As you see, the two files is being moved inside Sadiq. So let's confirm. So first we need to open the folder Sadiq, cd, change directory, Sadiq. So once you are in Sadiq, now you will do dir. Dir is the command to show you the list of files and folders in the current directory or drive. So in this case, as you see, the two files is being moved inside the directory Sadiq. All right. Now, what I want to do, I will move these two files back to the root, to the D from Sadiq. All right. So to do that, you're gonna do this. You're gonna go here. You're gonna say first you have to be in the folder that you want to move the stuff from it. So Sadiq is the one. So in Windows, if you double click Sadiq, you will see the two files are there, destination and source, right? So now we want to move those two files, or let's say Yeah, we're gonna move it so to practice. So I'm in Sadiq. You will say move all the list of files dot with the type txt. The type of the file I wanna move is txt. Space to where? To the D column. And then push the enter key. As you see where the arrow in the white area, which is my flash here, it shows that the source and destination both is being moved to the root, right? So if I say, show me what's inside Sadiq, I shouldn't have anything now. CLS, dir. See, no file, nothing. I don't have any file and directory in it. It's empty. I can show you here. See, you moved it. All right. Now, that was how to move the files from one destination to the other. Now, what if we wanna rename the folder? You can also use ren to do that, but the move also does the same thing. So what we're gonna do, first I will close the Sadiq folder. So cd double dot, because it's only one folder. If I had multiple folders, then I will use the backslash to quickly close everything. So cd double dot, it closed the folder Sadiq. So I'm in the root now, CLS. So we're gonna say move Sadiq to John. As you see that here in the back end, Sadiq is being changed to John, the name of the folder. So let's practice again. Move John to Sadiq. As you see, the name changed back to Sadiq. From John to Sadiq. From Sadiq to John. All right. So the move does two things: is to move the list of files or the specific file from one destination to the other. The second thing that the move does is to rename your directory, your folder. All right. Now we're gonna do the delete stuff and the erase. CLS. So before we do the delete, let's do the copy. All right. So we want to copy the source and the destination, which is both of them. They are what? They are text. The type of file they are is a text file. So right. So I'm gonna say copy. If you want to copy everything that has the extension txt to where? To the folder Sadiq. So all the files, the two files being copied. So the copy means the original will remain there, but you have a copy now of the original to another destination and inside a folder named Sadiq. So to confirm that these two files being copied inside the folder, so first you need to open the folder cd Sadiq, now dir to show you the list of files. Now the two files are there, right? So what if you wanna copy these two files inside nur from Sadiq? So you're gonna say copy copy all the list of file that has the extension or the type of the file is txt to where? In the D there is a folder named nur. That's where I want to move it. That's where I want to copy it. All right. Now, if we go to our Windows and then my flash drive, Nur has the two files been copied to. Sadiq also has the two files, right? Now, if you want to close Sadiq, cd double dot. So I'm back to my flash, to my root, CLS. So I said, first you have to be in the source. So my source is Sadiq. From Sadiq, I want to copy all the files, not only specific, everything inside Sadiq, which has the txt extension, to where? To the D, in the root D, I have a folder named Nur. That's where I want to copy this file to. You will get this message to file copied, right? Which I did. I want to show you now that both these files should be under Nur. So cd Nur dir. So the two files are here, right? cd. Now, what if you wanna delete these two files from the Nur folder? So obviously I can use del because just three letters you have to type del. You can say del star dot star means everything in my Nur folder I want to delete it. A space slash p. Remember the switch, the option. Slash p is to prompt you. Do you want to delete? Yes or no. So push the enter key. You're gonna get this message. So if I say yes, it's gonna delete it. If I say no, it's not gonna delete. So I said no. Do you want to delete destination.txt? Yes. Now let's clean the screen. So that's the command here to delete everything, the list of files and their extension. I don't know what they are. Everything in my folder Nur, I want to get rid of it, but I have given the switch slash p to prompt or to give you permission, to ask you for permission. So I said yes or no. So no means I don't want to delete. Yes means yeah. So let's see now what happened. I should see only one file there. So let me clean the screen and then dir. You see the destination file is gone. So if you wanna get rid of this one also, I will use erase. So the erase you have to write the whole word. And then I can say, because only one file, you can say source.txt, or I can just say start.txt, and then it's gone. You see, without the slash p, it's not gonna prompt you for any yes or no. So if we say CLS and we wanna see what we have inside Nur folder, I don't have any file. Both the files been deleted. So cd double dot to close the Nur folder. CLS to clean the screen. Now the copy command also is used to combine the files, right? One is to copy from one directory to another, which I show you, and then also you could use the copy command to combine multiple files into one destination file, right? Like in this case, I have destination and source. I wanna copy to target. So you're gonna say copy destination.txt plus source.txt space to whom you want to send these two file content. I will say target dot txt. So I want to combine the information of destination and source to target. You see the target has been created also. Now, the, the third thing that the copy does here is to display the content of the file on the screen. If you want to copy the content of the file on the screen, you will have to use the copy. Although you can use the type like this, you will say type space target .txt because you want to see the content of the file, or you want to see what's inside the txt target.txt. That's what I combine the two files into one. Now I can also use copy to display the content of the file, the content. So copy space the name of the file dot txt space to where you want to copy this con. Con means console. I want to copy the target txt on the monitor on the screen. See, if you use type, also does the same thing. Type space the name of the file dot the type of the file txt, and you want to display the content on the file on the screen. There you go. So now you have two commands where you could display the content of the file in DOS. So the three things I demonstrate to you, all right? How to copy does, as I said, three things. One is to copy the file from one drive to the other drive. You will say copy all the text file to where? To the C drive, like this, all right? If you want to copy to a folder, just put the name of the folder. If the folder is in the root, in this case, Sadiq is created in the D, right? Like this. So the next one is the attrib command. And then I will show you how to delete. So let's get rid of the delete if you want to delete a folder. So first, if you want to delete a folder with the del, let's try that first. Del Sadiq, the folder name Sadiq. I want to delete it. Now it's gonna ask you, are you sure you wanna delete Sadiq? So let's see. Sadiq has the two file in it. It said, do you wanna get rid of it? I said yes. Now let's check. Did it delete the two file? Yeah, it did it. So you can delete anything inside the folder Sadiq. So I said first, I said del Sadiq. So means I want to delete the files within Sadiq, right? Not the folder. So if I want to get rid of Sadiq, the folder, then you will use rd space Sadiq. As you see, Sadiq is gone. Now, if you said rd nur, I want to delete rd nur. That one also is gone, right? Why? The rd command, it deletes the folders that is empty. So if the folder is not empty, it has file in it, then what's gonna happen? It's not gonna delete it. Let me show you. So let me create a folder Sadiq. And then let me copy the file, the text files inside Sadiq. So copy star.txt, all the text file copy to where? To the folder Sadiq, right? So 3 files has been copied. Now CLS to clean the screen. So what I can do now here is that I will say RD Sadiq. It says that you cannot remove the folder Sadiq. Why? Because Sadiq is not empty, it has something in it. So first you can use erase to erase the files inside Sadiq. Then you can use RD. Once it's empty, then you can use RD. But you can use one switch in here that is gonna delete all the subfolders and everything inside the folder if you said I want to delete it. I don't want to use delete first to delete the file, then RD to remove Sadiq. So you will do RD space slash S subdirectories. Which one? Which folder? Sadiq. It's gonna ask you now, are you sure you wanna do that? You wanna delete it, the folder Sadiq that has something in it? I will say yes. Now pay attention here. The folder Sadiq was not empty, it has 3 files in it. It took care of it, right? Now the next thing is the attrib command, right? So one more thing, the RD remove directory only remove the directory. If you said RD Sadiq and the folder Sadiq is empty, then that will delete the folder, the directory. If the folder is not empty, as I show you, it has something in it. It has your pictures, you have files, but still you want to remove it. You want to delete it from your flash, from your C drive. Then you will have to use RD and one switch, which is the slash S. It stands for subdirectories. So that means everything inside Sadiq, whether it's a folder, everything has to be removed. So here you have both the example. So this one works when the folder is empty. Then you can use without the switch. The folder is what? Empty. So the folder has to be empty, then you can use RD and then the name of the folder. But if the folder is not empty, then and you said folder, the folder or the directory is not is not empty and still you want to remove it, then you have to use the slash s with the RD, right? So I hope that you understand the difference. Now the attrib is the last command to demonstrate to you. So first I will make all these text files as read only. So you're gonna say attrib. Let me clean the screen. Attrib space plus R means apply the read only. To who? Start.txt. So these files are read only now. You will say del target dot txt. So that says that access is denied. Access is denied. But in my presentation here, it says that if you wanna delete the files, there was an option here, F. So let's try this one. Let's try with the /F. Although is read only, right? You said del /F, the file which is the one which is read only. Let's get to my folder. So del /F target this. It took it. It doesn't matter whether it's read or whatever. It took care of it. All right. So if I said erase source dot txt, I will get access denied. So if you make your mind and you said I want to delete whatsoever, then put the /F. So whether the file is read only, still is gonna be deleted. But if you don't use the /F, what's gonna happen is it's gonna give you the option, the message access denied. Access is denied because it's read only. Now, how can you remove the read only? Trip the command first, negative R to take it off. Start.txt. So all the two text file I have in my flash, the destination and the source, both now they are no more read only. Let's try. I will say del source dot txt, and then I will put the /p to prompt me or to ask me a permission. See, do you want to delete? Yes or no? Because no more is read only. I took off the read by using this command here. So if you want to do a specific file, then you have to write the name source.txt if you want only one file to be read only, or you want to remove the read only from one specific file. So obviously I will say no because still I need to use it for something else. So the file is not being deleted. Now, what if you want to hide these two files? If you have a confidential files and you want to hide it. So CLS, I will say a trip positive H for hidden. I want to hide all the text files I have in my flash. As you see in the back end in my flash, I don't see them. Now, there is a command that you can use to show you the hidden files inside your flash, which file have been hidden. So that one is dir/ah, archive the hidden files. So dir/ah will show us the hidden file in my flash drive. And the two files that been hidden, I saw it. They are here. So that's how can I see my hidden files with this command here. Right? So if I say if I say dir to see what files I have in my drive, I have only 2 files, but I don't see that other files. Do you see any file here that says source and destination in my flash drive? You see, I don't see it. Now to pull it back, you will say attrib negative h star dot t, because I use the wildcard because if you have multiple files and you want to hide them simultaneously, then put the star for the name of the file. And then if you want specific files, then obviously you will have to put uh, the extension if you want a specific type of file to be hidden, right? So here now, so the two file as you see in the back end here is visible now. So if I say dir, show me the list of files, I can see the two guys are back here. All right. So CLS. Now if we wanna, let me show you again. If you wanna make the two file to be read only, attrib plus R star.txt. Now if you wanna try to delete, tell star.txt. Access is denied because of being read only. All right. If you want to remove the read only, attrib negative R star.txt. Now, if you want to delete it, I want to delete all the txt files. I will put the /p. So I will say no and for now. So the two files, as you see in the back in the white area of my flash, is still the two destination and the source files, the txt file, they are still intact. Now, let me show you if you want to hide it. Trib plus h star dot txt. So I want to hide all the text files, txt files. I don't know what the names is, but everything that has the extension, the type txt, as you see, is hidden. If you say dir, I don't see it. I don't see it here in the list. Now, if you said you want to make it back, attrib negative h star dot txt. So the two files are here. And we want to delete all these del star dot txt. And then I want to exit the command prompt, the command line exit. So I hope that you learn the command for part 3 of your DOS. So we went through all these commands here. The del erase, rd to remove the directory, ran to rename the file and folder, copy, move, and attrib. So what you need is you need to practice so that you could master those commands. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. Be sure to like my channel so I can create more productive videos for you guys. Have a nice day. Thank you so much. Bye.